In the silent expanse of space, the mining vessel Cicada 9 cruised toward the edge of the Cygnus quadrant. Captain Rhea Kale, a former soldier turned contract prospector, reclined in her chair, sipping bitter recaf. Earth was 3,000 light-years behind her, and she didn't miss it one bit. She had come out here for solitude, for the kind of quiet only deep space could offer. Her crew consisted of aging servobots and the ship's AI, Cora, who had a personality module a little too fond of sarcasm. That was fine. Rhea liked things predictable, controlled. But as it often does in deep space, everything changed in an instant. It started with a distress signal, an ancient Zalvari code, long thought extinct. It wasn't on any frequency humans used. Cora had intercepted it by accident while scanning for mineral-rich asteroids. "Captain, there's a ghost whispering in the void," Cora said over the intercom. Rhea frowned, spinning to the main console. "Show me." The waveform appeared, a steady pulse with low-frequency undertones, unmistakably Zalvari. The last of the Zalvari had been eradicated during the Interstellar Confederation War 2 decades ago. Ruthless biotechnological warriors, they'd nearly wiped out half the Milky Way before humans, and the rest of the species alliance pushed them into extinction. Or so they thought. The signal came from the surface of a Class M planet, Kepler 418d, a forgotten rock with a crumbling atmosphere and no recorded life. "Plot a descent," Rhea ordered. "Low orbit. No entry. Going sightseeing, are we?" Kurama. Rhea ignored her. Something felt off. If a Zalvari had survived, the bounty on that alone could retire her for life. But she also knew the stakes. One live Zalvari could mean a resurgence of war. When Cicada 9 broke through the upper atmosphere, the scanner went wild. "Organic life form detected. Moving weak vitals," Cora announced. Rhea donned her exo-armor, loaded her pulse rifle, and took a single bot for backup. What she found in the ruins of an ancient Zalvari fortress wasn't what she expected. Kneeling in a shallow crater, surrounded by half-frozen puddles and collapsed walls, was a lone female figure. Her bioluminescent skin pulsed faintly, and her spined armor flickered with life support energy. Her sharp, haunting eyes fixed on Rhea with a mixture of fear and determination. "I surrender," the alien rasped, her voice trembling through broken translation tech. "Don't kill me, human. I'll warm your bed." Rhea's rifle stayed raised. "Excuse me." The alien sank lower to the ground, trembling. "It is custom, among Zalvari, to offer servitude for mercy." Rhea blinked, stunned. "Servitude like what exactly?" "To live. To not die. I'll do anything. Be anything. Even if it is warming your bed." Rhea lowered her weapon slightly, unsure whether to laugh, recoil, or shoot. "Who the hell are you?" she asked. "I am Karala, last warrior of the Hive of Shekther. Exiled. Alone. Middle." Rhea brought Karala aboard the Cicada 9, against every bit of protocol and reason. She kept her under strict surveillance, secured in a medical pod, but treated her wounds and stabilized her vitals. The alien had suffered severe exposure and genetic decay, likely from years of hibernation in a broken stasis field. During the long hours in orbit, Rhea questioned her. Karala had been part of a failed rebellion within her hive, accused of betraying the Queen Mother. She had been locked in exile, her stasis pod sabotaged. She didn't know the war was over. She didn't know her people were gone. "You're lying," Rhea said one day. "I wish I was," Karala replied. Days turned into weeks. Rhea couldn't deny it. Karala wasn't the monster the war records painted. She was proud, fierce, but broken. And beautiful in a strange, ethereal way. The alien's comment about warming her bed had been born of desperation, but the idea stuck in Rhea's mind, buzzing like a persistent fly. It wasn't about lust. It was about loneliness. Two soldiers from opposite sides of an ancient war, now alone in the stars. They began talking more, sharing stories, learning each other's languages in full, beyond the AI's translation programs. Corolla had poetry in her words, grief hidden beneath honor. Rhea told her about Earth, about the Confederation, about the silence after war. They shared meals, watched stars, argued about philosophy, fought verbally and once physically, but it always ended in laughter. It wasn't long before Corolla earned full movement privileges aboard the ship. Then one night Corolla approached her quarters. "I meant it," she said, standing at the door. "That night, when I offered to warm your bed." Rhea looked up from her datapad. "Is this another custom?" Corolla stepped closer. "No, this is my choice." And just like that, their cold, distant companionship burst into warmth. Climax. The warmth didn't last long. A Confederation drone picked up the Zalvari genetic signature and flagged Cicada 9. Within 72 hours, a warcruiser would intercept them. "Cora, scramble the signature," Rhea ordered. "I can't. They already have it. We have to run." Corolla shook her head. "No, they will chase us forever. You'll become a traitor. Maybe I already am." "I won't let you fall for me," Corolla said. "Not like this." They fought again, but this time it was fear that drove them apart. Rhea considered dropping Corolla on an unregistered moon, letting her disappear. But she couldn't do it. As the warcruiser approached, Rhea made a choice. She sent a transmission to the Confederation. "This is Captain Rhea Kale of the Cicada 9. I have a living Zalvari refugee in my custody. She is not hostile. She is a war criminal only by the laws of a dead empire." The response came within minutes. "Captain Kale, you are ordered to surrender the alien. Failure to comply will be seen as an act of treason." Rhea looked at Corolla, who stood silent, proud, and resigned. "No," she whispered. "You will not die for me." "I won't let them take you," Rhea said. "Not again." They initiated emergency warp. The ship took damage, engines barely holding. They jumped into a dead system far beyond known space, crashing onto a barren moon of a gas giant. Power was low, food limited, communications disabled. But they were free. Now. Ending. In the weeks that followed, Rhea and Corolla rebuilt the ship, slowly. Corolla adapted quickly to human tech, her own knowledge of biotech bridging gaps. They rigged solar panels, repaired the NAV systems, and began mapping new, unknown space. In the evenings, they sat on the hull, wrapped in blankets, watching auroras from the gas giant fill the sky. "You know," Rhea said one night, "you're terrible at warming beds." Corolla smirked. "You say that, but you always sleep better next to me." "That's not the point. You snore." "I do not. You sound like a dying reactor." They laughed. And in the quiet that followed, Corolla reached for her hand. "I was ready to die that day you found me," she said. "I had nothing left. No honor. No future. Then you came. I offered you everything because I had nothing. You have me now," Rhea said. "And I will warm your bed. Even when it's cold and broken, even if the stars never find us again." A long silence passed. Above them, a comet streaked the sky. "You know we'll be hunted forever," Rhea said. "I do. And you're okay with that. As long as I have you. As long as I'm not alone." The stars blinked, ancient and endless. The universe was wide, dangerous, full of enemies.